So a firefighter has to wear fireproof clothes, right? This firefighter's uniform is made out of cotton, which is really weird, not really what you expect. So this is a Hikeshi fireman's coat from Shōwa-era Japan, and this lives in the Powerhouse Collection in Sydney. So for 140 years, this museum has been gathering objects of national and international importance. And this cotton Hikeshi coat is actually half of the story. Well, technically maybe a third of the story. So like a lot of early Japanese firefighters' coats, this is the dehydrated version. If you fought a fire, you would have to hydrate this uniform by dunking it in water and submerging it, saturating it, and then it would become 3 times as heavy. The saturated cotton would steam and char instead of igniting, which would buy you precious minutes in a fire. And the cloth is a fabric called sashi-ori, which is a cousin of sashiko. This is a thick dobby weave, which is very thick, very textured, the same sort of fabric that you'd use in a different weight in martial arts uniforms, where opponents would grapple with one another. And this rugged construction would protect you by falling debris in what would be a wooden building. And this fabric was dyed in natural indigo, which was believed at the time to be a fire retardant. And this particular uniform was actually used. You can see the pattern of wear, this beautiful honeycomb fade pattern along the elbow, which is very similar to what you would see on the back of some vintage raw denim jeans. It's a very characteristic indigo fade pattern. So as opposed to the other Japanese fireman coats located all over the world, there's something very special about this one. This particular coat shows the start of Western influence on Japanese culture. Early firefighter coats were shaped like thick kimonos, but this shows a Western style, double-breasted with these metal buttons. But there is still some tension. Some traditional elements remain. You can see here that there's a double shoulder seam, and that's because traditional Japanese fabric is very narrow, and it couldn't accommodate a Western shape. These Western-style metal buttons are embossed with a traditional Japanese design. So you would see the same cherry blossom style on a lot of civic designs, like the manholes on Tokyo streets. You also see the same tension of East and West when this Western style coat is paired with a samurai style helmet, also wrapped in this sashiko fabric and adorned with this sakura design. And you know, clothes are just clothes. This was someone's uniform. At the time, it probably wasn't very examined. And by keeping something like this in very good condition, you gain a really interesting snapshot in Japanese culture at the time. You gain an insight into fabric technology, but also into culture and the changing influence, the start of the dance between East and West culture. And those little surprises make up a really interesting garment.